12 to 20 hours of pain. Exactly why you do a challenge like this. To Shakespeare Beach. This is the start of the channel swim. Me and Ben have been down here since Saturday. It's now Tuesday and we're waiting for the channel window to open. Unfortunately, the sea has been playing tricks on us. The wind's really bad, therefore the sea is rough. Too dangerous to go out. None of the pilots from any of the other boats, none of the other swimmers have gone out. But it's looking like there may be some time at the end of the week within the window that some swimmers can go out. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit down the list, so we're gonna have to wait out and see what happens. But since I've been here, I've been making sure that I get lots of swimming in. Not lots, but making sure I'm getting in the water every day. And it's today I did 45 minutes, yesterday half an hour, the 2 days before both half an hour. Enough to sort of stimulate me, but not enough to fatigue me. But also getting a little bit of cold water exposure, of which it is getting much colder.
I'm just as bad as I used to be.
Feeling chubby, I'm feeling fueled, I'm feeling rested, and I'm excited about getting out there and getting it done. I just need a window to open up, and I'm optimistic that it's going to happen. I'm optimistic that window's going to come. I'm going to then send it across the channel all the way to France. 12 to 20 hours of pain, of suffering, of cold, of fatigue. Exactly why you do a challenge like this. Put your body through those types of things, expose yourselves to sensations and situations that most people will never get to experience. It is now Monday the 22nd of September. My swim window was between the 14th and the 20th of September, and the window is now closed and I haven't swum. So last week was a disaster in terms of the weather. We had lots of wind all week. Otherwise it was kind of okay, but the wind made the conditions very choppy, dangerous, and no pilots went out. The only time that there was only one day that the pilots went out, and that was Friday, of which 12 swimmers went out and 8 of them were able to get across, which was fantastic. But otherwise the rest of us, of which there's probably another 30, didn't get out. Now, when was it? In March when I booked this, I didn't have any concept of positions and this. I just took whatever slot I could get. Now it turns out that there's certain there's better slots and worse slots, right, in terms of the weather, etc., what's expected, how often people are able to get out. September's not as predictable as August, it's not as predictable as July. More swims are completed in those months. And there's also positions, and there's position 1, which is the first person who gets access to the boat during that slot. There's position 2, the second person that gets access, blah blah blah. So I was position 4, and I watched this YouTube video after I booked this in March, who said this guy said he would never ever take a position, anything other than a position 1. And at a push, he recommended that position 2 should be the last thing that you take, or the last sort of spot that's actually worthwhile taking. And now I see why. It's just unpredictable, right? You just don't know what the weather's going to do. You have this 6-day window. You think, okay, got to get four swimmers into a 6-day window, should be okay. Well, it wasn't. It wasn't. And I'm sitting around thinking, well, I'm going to remain optimistic and see what comes of it. And speaking to the pilot, no updates, nothing to tell you. As I'm looking at the weather, I'm seeing this sort of window appear where there's less wind. And that is towards the end of this week and into the weekend. Now, without boring you with too many details, but some of you will want to know them, you have 2 different types of tides. You have the spring tide, which is where the difference between the high tide and the low tide is quite vast. Therefore, the pull north and south with the tides is much stronger. Then you have the neap tide, which is the window that I was booked in on, where the difference is a little bit smaller. So, an example, on a spring tide, there may be a 5 to 6 metre difference between the high and low tide. On the neap tide, there may be a 2 to 4 metre difference, for instance, or up to 5 metres maybe. There's no one booked into this spring tide period this week with the pilot on with, and there are 2 people in front of me who are owed swims, just like me. So I was position 4. Never take a position 4, by the way. Now, I spoke to the pilot today, and he said that we may get out. We may get a swim. And he's looking towards the end of this week. And it's looking like potentially on Sunday, I may be swimming. That would bring us to the 28th of September. Now, it's a spring tide, but it's towards the end of the spring tide because the neap tide begins on the 29th. So we're looking at about a 4 metre difference between the high and low tide. The water temperature, unfortunately, is continually going down. Where it was looking at maybe 18.5 degrees a week ago, it's already below 18. By the time I get round to doing it, it may be closer to 17, which is making it fun and cold. We're also losing the light, and the days are getting shorter and shorter. And the air temperature, unfortunately, although it's a lovely day today, the air temperature, we're losing that as well. So this swim, day by day, is getting progressively harder. All of these different things are stacking against me. Now, how do I feel about that? Well, it is what it is. This is the game. This is what I've been training for. And what will be will be. I'm going to go out there and get this swim done, if given the opportunity. And it may take a lot more out of me than maybe it would have taken if I had a nice warm day in August, for instance. But you can only play the cards you're dealt in life, okay? And I suppose in many respects I dealt these cards myself. But I'm going to have to play them. When I got off the call to the pilot earlier, and he said, look, I think we may have a date. And it's the first time that I've ever spoke to him and he said, look, I think we may have a date here. The nerves started, didn't they? You can feel the nerves. So this is my goodbye for now. The next time you see me will be on Channel Swimming Day. I won't be posting any more content before then. And you'll see me in the water swimming my healthily heavy body over to France. I believe I've got this. The nerves are there. Nerves are good. They're designed to keep you sharp. The adrenaline on the day, my fueling's strategy's on point. Got a good support team. Wish me luck. Next time you see me, I will either be out there swimming, and I'll be reporting back on that, or I'll be telling you that we didn't get it done, and that it's canned for the year. You best believe though, and I believe, that we're going to be out there, and we're going to swim to France unaided and get this challenge ticked off. I will see you very shortly.